Welcome back, everybody. This is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue our journey on Path of Evil. If you recall from our last episode, we just got our first mortar and pestle. Finally. Now we have the ability to do some crafting. We're not going to. I'm going to tell you why. We're such a low caster level that the few things that we could make would be dwarfed real quickly by either the stuff we already have, or stuff we're going to earn, or by the stuff we're going to craft in the near future. Level 15 seems to be a good breaking point, and higher than that even. We're about 11 or 12, depending on which caster we're actually using. See, she's 12. I'm actually 12th level, but I'm not considered a 12th level caster because Pale Master, I progressed one level slower. So I'm only considered level 11, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we could craft some things. Another Brooch of Shielding would be useful. We could pass that off to someone else. We could also pass this one off to everybody, or all three people, to buff themselves short term, and then rest and get it back. But I'd rather everybody have their own. But I'm not really worried about that. A couple of the other things that we could do would be craft like an enchanted armor, or a weapon to +1 or a +4, based on the types of gems that we have on us. Nothing stellar about any of those. We have armor or weapons almost as good, if not better in many cases. So it was kind of like, nah. The other choice was to craft the ability to cast spells from certain things, whether it be armor or a weapon. I think we can actually do this with rings and stuff too. I haven't tested it yet, but we can definitely do it on weapons, and I know this for a fact because I've tested it before. One of the things would be able to cast a fireball spell up to 3 times a day without fail. So what I mean is it's not going to be like a wand where it's going to like wear out. I could actually craft that onto something like a staff, perhaps, or a club. And the club, for example, I tested the ability to cast Magic Missile 3 times a day. And again, something that I was thinking of doing for, say, Karkarin, so I wouldn't be relying on wands so much, or her spells to be offensive, since we're using her as a buffer for the team, someone that can like buff everybody up for armor, strength, and stuff like that. So the only other option then was the ability to perhaps enchant a weapon with some cold damage. Now we don't have any emeralds, we don't have any rubies or diamonds, so fire damage, electrical damage, or acid damage is out of the cards for right now. We do have a couple of sapphires, and if I'm not mistaken, the sapphire will allow us to do cold damage. Now, the one and only weapon that I thought of maybe adding some cold damage would be this one here, Breath of the Maiden. The reason for it is more thematic than anything else, because when you craft something, you get to rename it. So Breath of the Maiden, sounded like a pretty decent name to begin with, and if I added cold damage, I could say, Frost Breath of the Maiden or something silly. I could enchant it 2 different ways that I could think of, where I either at the lowest level would add it 2 points of cold damage to every hit, guaranteed 2, or if I enchanted a little bit higher, I could get 1d6, which may sound great, but there is that chance that I roll a 1 instead of a 6. Or a 2 or higher. So it could do less damage sometimes, but not enough to really discourage me from doing it. But I don't really use this weapon all that much anyway. This is one that I have, but I'm not really using. Matter of fact, the one I should be using is this guy here. Notice how my 10, it goes to a 9 down here when I switch over to this one. So really, this is my better weapon, the counter. And the reason that it is... The reason it is better is because it not only has a +2 bonus, the parry I could care less about, but it also does 2 points of extra damage in the negative energy damage range. Not something I want to use against undead, because it should heal them, potentially, but we haven't tested that either. This one here puts them to sleep, dazes them, yeah, there it is, and a pretty good chance at it. The DC 14 is not something stellar, though, so I'm not really worried about that. So, with that, the only other thing to mention is that there's the ability to do some crafting here. I always forget that my armor's never on me. Remember that this is your main character when you talk to this guy, so your main character has to be the voice for this particular merchant. So if you're going to put a buff for his appraise, this is the guy you want to buff up to get the best deal. Now, we've sold some stuff off, as you can see, made some decent money off of the guy, and we have the ability to buy certain things, and nothing really sticks out as woohoo and exciting. But remember that there's these items here, like Bat Tooth for 197. Gives you a faint air essence if you use a mortar and pestle on it, and have any kind of decent alchemy skill. So we're already far exceeding into this, so there's no reason we shouldn't buy up every last one of these when money permits. We're actually a little poor right now. The reason for that is it always gets you a faint air essence when you turn this mortar pestle on it. At 197, a faint air essence though actually costs 200 and change at 295. So you can see that buying these would be still a good choice, but you're better off buying these items and salvaging the essences out of them now that you have a mortar and pestle. Matter of fact, I just saw Travesty doing the same, give the same advice on his LP, because he's in a crafting world. He's not crafting so much, so I'm kind of surprised by that. Thought he would have been one to get into it. But with that, though, let's actually get back on to our mission. Now, we were looking for an actual character, Yazra, I think. Let's actually look at the journal. That'll tell us for sure. Yusra, excuse me. Wrong name. And we've already checked this entire area. I can't seem to find her here. So then it dawned on me that we have this other area. And if you look at your map, this was interesting little find. I've already been into this area, so I know that this is where we're going to find her. But you see this outline here? Kind of faint. But you can see that it's dark here, goes around this way. This is basically half of our map. This half of the Muzad. If we click here, it takes us to the other half. Something that we desperately need to do. Opening up another half of this city. A very cool find, because one of the pinpoint on the next map will be Yusra. So we can go directly to her. So again, let's pop open the map. And you see again, here's our delineation here. And you see all the pinpoints are on the other side. So here is Sasai Estate. There's Yusra right there. And Nasim Estate. There's the 3 waypoints that we have currently. Now, of course, we can always go back here. And you see there's the Muzad. Be careful, because right over here is the overland map. And it will take you to the map. No big deal. You just get back into the city. Excuse me. I am more tired than I thought. You get back into the city, but again, you'll get back on this side, and then you'll have to work your way back to over here. So it's kind of silly to leave. Well, now we go through this area. You can see that there are other named characters. In this case, Waji is someone that we could talk to, but we're on a mission here. We're actually looking for Yusra. Now, I believe we can cut through here to get to her. So let's do that, shall we? Remember, we're just delivering a note, so we don't anticipate a fight. I'm not going to buff up because I don't really think we're going to get mugged. But get over here, and you see, here's Yusra, and she's surrounded by the homeless. So she's either leading them, perhaps, or just lives with them. I'm not sure. Let's find out. What good can the homeless be to adventurers? A man asked me to bring this note to you. I see. I have a note for him as well, and we got an updated journal. Take the note and leave. So what does that say? First, you have delivered the note and received one to bring back to William Reed. Let's actually look at that, shall we? Here it is, right here. This is a wax-sealed scroll for delivery from Yusra to William Reed in the Muzad. The wax would make it exceedingly obvious if tampered with it. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, well, we got that. Now, we've actually completed all his missions. So let's turn this in, and I'll catch you guys over on the flip side when we get over to William Reed. And we're back. Now, we're not at William Reed yet, and the reason for that is I want to remind you guys where he's at so you're not lost. Okay. So if you remember, we're actually going to the main, I guess you call this the fair, where they're selling all their stuff. And William Reed is this gentleman right over here. All right, so we got 3 separate missions to turn into him. So he should be pretty darn happy with us. Hello. Here's your diamond dust. Yeah, that's good. Anything else? We got 250 XP for that, and he gave us 200 bucks for it. Not bad. Seth Eldin won't be bothering you anymore. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And I delivered the letter. And here's hers. All 3. Impressive. Here's your reward. Plus a bit extra for doing all 3. Saves me the trouble of having to find someone else to get the work done. Alright, so we got... didn't get anything for doing the first or the second mission. That's kind of sucky. Maybe he would have given you treasure and stopped at that point. No, got some XP. for the delivery, and we got 300 more gold pieces, so that's pretty decent. Now we got more information here. Let's see. Here's your word, plus a bit extra for doing all three. Saves me the trouble of having to find someone else to get the work done. Keep listening. Well, you've earned your keep. Since you've shown you can work efficiently and not ask questions, my better would like to talk to you. Go talk with Waji in the other half of the Mazad. Leave. Alright, we know where she's at. And boy, it would have been nice if he would have told us that Yuzra was in the other half of the damn Mazad. No, maybe he did and I just forgot. But I don't think he did. It was just kind of a D-bag move. But now at least we know where we're going. The other half of the Mazad, so we're going to go over here now. Go talk to Waji. And he makes it sound like Waji is either his wife or his partner. Possibly another contact for us to get missions is the idea. And I'm betting that that's what we're going to get once we get over here. So let's swing around the corner. Remember, she was just around the corner. Open up the map. Yeah, see, they even highlight her for us this time, which is super nice. So here's Waji. So in case you missed her, you didn't see her by not following my LP, which shame on you, then you have the ability to find her just this way, which is super nice. So let's talk to her.
Greetings.
The woman looks at you calmly. I heard good things about you. Gets the job done. Keeps his mouth shut. Those are qualities we can work with. I'm not going to pretend some people would find this work repugnant. Continue to listen. Some would even try to stop it if they knew about it. On the other hand, I pay rather better than my underling. 1,000 gold for a job. Oh, hey, yeah, here we go. Would you be interested in hearing about the work I have? When there's money to be made, I know better than to ask questions. That's a good attitude. Do the work that I have, and I might recommend you further. Oh, awesome. She's got a boss. Sometimes people get in our way. When that happens, it's our job to get them out of it. Right now, there is a homeless camp that's in our way. I don't want them around to try to move back in if you remove them. Understand? And she wants us to kill these guys off. So we're going to just say yes, be brief. Good. Next, there's a priest of Almanatur staying at the Wanton Cobalt. We know where that's at. My boss doesn't want this priest around. I don't ask, you shouldn't either. Same deal as the homeless. Kill them off. Continue to listen. Finally, my boss wants some flesh. Oh, dude. From a recently dug grave in the Mazad graveyard. Before you get to the vomiting, it's not as if they need it anymore. Now, I understand that maybe the priest will be too much or the graveyard doesn't suit your taste, so you only need to do 2 of these. I'll get someone to do the 3rd. And here's the trick. I bet you if we get someone to do the 3rd, we don't get paid for that 3rd. So I'm going to do all 3 in the conversation. Well, all right. Now, we know where the graveyard is. That's in the other half. That's up around here, perhaps. And we know where the Wanton Cobalt is. That's this guy right here, if I'm not mistaken. That's the inn. So 2 of them are going to be on the other map. And what was that 3rd one? That's the priest. Oh, the homeless. Homeless. We had homeless over here by Yuzra. Oh, shit. Okay, well, it looks like we're going over here to kill Yuzra and her homeless band. Kind of weird that we just got a note from her, though, and we're taking her out. That's kind of funny. I wonder what would happen if we actually only did the other 2 and left her alone, if that would be open up a different option. Well, I'm not going to find out. I want that $1,000. I got crafting supplies that I need to buy, so she's going to have to bite the bullet.
Your command.
Or in this case, the arrow, or possibly the sword. Boom! Sneak attack. Okay. We're going to leave her if we can, so let's actually kill everybody's but her. See if that gives us a completion of the journal. She didn't get set on fire. He did, though. Well, alright. I see nothing else to do but take her out. There we go. And we got our update. Did she drop anything for us? She did. Note for Yuzra. We'll pick it up with now. I doubt it doing us any good. Alright, now we got to go back to the other city. So again, same like before, I'll cut and paste out of that area. And I'll see you guys once we get there. And we're back. Now we're folding into the next area right about now. And the Wanton Cobalt, where the priest is going to be at, is going to be right around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, this is it right here. They don't have a sign, which seems like a mistake. And if we look at the map, I don't think it actually is highlighted, isn't it? There's Gazan, Cephaldin, Mazad Market. Market, that's where we're at. Temple of the Old Knight, Maker's Guild, Kutai Ba, Play map. That's a graveyard. Yeah, we're going there next. Alright, so let's head into here. Priest, he's upstairs, if I remember right. And there were some other people in this area, and no one we really need to deal with right now, I don't think. We have Fadi over here. Of course, we always have the bartender. And of course, the drunk over here is the one that told us about the genie potential map or mission, but wouldn't give us further information, so that's a problem. But here's our guy, Priest of Aminatur.
Yes.
May I help you? Yes, by dying. Boom! And the fight's on, just like that. Oh, he went down fast. Look at our mummies come out. Boom, boom. Ever since I gave those guys mummies, they've been a little spam happy on raising those guys out. We got 3 things here. What was that? We got a robe of light. What does that do? It lights up. Well, kind of intuitive, I suppose. Whatever. We have a staff of the holy now. Magical staff, not enchanted for damage. It's staff of the holy makes some sense, actually. But we can cast aid, cure light wounds, cure moderate wounds. Let's pass that off to our cleric proper, shall we? And I have lightning bullets. Oh, that's a good reminder for me. I didn't want Tan to have bullets anymore because he has that regenerating bullet potentially. I don't want the game to get confused if he decides to go all slinging up on a bad guy, for them to reload one of the magical bullets in his place or something silly. I don't know that that's a thing, but I don't want to have to worry about it, so I'm going to keep him. If he uses it and it's a one-shot wonder, that's going to be kind of pissing me off for the amount of money we wasted on it, but whatevs.
I shall lead us
I'll
for
give
now.
these regular bullets back. Alright, people are going to have to get out the hell of the way here. Well, really? Cat, move your butt. Thank you.
Fall in.
Now we're going. Alright, now we are going to... Don't mind the mummies. They're just here to visit. We're going to graveyard. Yeah, graveyard. We gotta cut some flash off or something. Let's get a little sippy potion of wake-up juice. Coffee. Love you. Right, now we're using Tan for a reason. He is one of our faster characters because of his haste that's built into his armor, so he makes us extra zippy. So we're zipping over here to show you guys again where the graveyard is, in case you forgot. It is on your map, though. Once you go there once, you remember it. And man, those mummies, man, those guys are tougher than people think. We get 2 of them, and I can buff those little goobers. I mean, here, let's take a look. You can see. Oh, he wasn't the one that summoned them. Oh, yeah, he did. There we go. 24 strength right now. That's pretty good strength. And I could actually buff that some more by using that negative energy area of effect move that I have. Negative energy burst, I think it's called. That's a good spell. Now that will heal them, but it will also buff their strength a considerable amount. Alright. Recently dug grave. Kinda think it's this one. Let's look at it. I recently dug grave. Cut off a chunk of flesh in the body in this grave. You have a large chunk of flesh and dialogue. Well, that's all we need. Now we'll meet you guys back when we go talk to Wajia one more time. Alright, we are back. Now here is Waji.
Greetings.
Well, we're turning in our missions. Here's your pound of flesh. That makes 2. What? Makes 2 what? Priest of Aminatur is dead. That makes 2. What? Oh, I think it's a glitch. I think it's telling us that's 2 missions completed. Why it told us it was 2 completed when it was only 1, I don't know. We got XP for both of them, and we got some serious loot for it, both of them. Last one, the homeless are dead. You have done all 3 tasks? Truly, I didn't think you had it in you. Worthy of an extra reward. My boss could use the likes of you. We might even be equal someday. If you're interested, tell Falak I sent you in the conversation. Well, alrighty then. And we got a couple level ups. Let's handle that before we call it a day, shall we? Rogue Wizard Hybrid really lends itself to Arcane Trickster. So now let's take a look at Arcane Trickster, see what we might want. on him. Non-lawful. I think we're good there. Lore 7. Disables device 7. Tumble 7. Most of those should be okay. Maybe not lore. We have to get that up. But disabled device and tumble should be high points in those. Anyway, spellcraft might be low. Alright. And it's going to try to recommend wizard. We're not going to do that. We're going to go rogue one more time because of that sneak attack bonus we get at this level. But I'll take a dex bump. And disabled device is already good. Might as well keep it going. Same with open lock. Tumble's fine. Use my device, might as well. Lore. Yeah, you needed to be 7 high, right? And then spellcraft needed to be at least 4, 5. Let's do like yay. I know I'm missing something. What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing. Oh, open lock. There it is. That should be enough now for me to get to that arcane trickster on the next level up. That'll be pretty sweet. Oh, matter of fact, practice spellcaster wizard, because we got spellcraft up to 4 ranks, we can actually bump that. That allows his spells durations to last longer. It treats him as, I want to say, like 4 levels higher, because we've why does it say I'm a scout? Did I go scout? Oh, I just borked it all up. Yeah, well, whatever. I have enough points invested anyway to do arcane trickster. I'm only allowed to do 4. I don't know why I picked scout. I should have picked rogue. That was a mistake on my part. But I derped it all up. Anyway, here's tiefling. Ranger. Yeah, he's going ranger. And we're going to keep him with ranger, I believe. Concentration's always important for him. Search is good, important. Listen's important for him. We want him to be able to detect things. Survival and tumble. Heals, another one that has to go up. Oops, come on here, Spot. Spot, all the way up. That makes him super detective man. That's why we like him. Oh, does that give him another spell? No. Boozer. Boo on you. Yeah, I don't know what Scout does. I've never picked a Scout before, so that's kind of a flub up on my part. But oh well, I guess we'll live with it. But with that, I think that's everything I wanted to get accomplished for today. My name is Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.